Welcome back to this channel for practice problems for actuarial exams. You can see some links here showing you how to find me and various study resources that I provide. Here is the website where you can find information about me, smarturl.it/Jedi. I use this redirect smarturl.it service for pointing towards various websites, and this YouTube channel, for example, is smarturl.it/pass actuarial exams. Here is a very interesting problem from the last exam MLC, spring 2017. Tom and Joe are both age 55 with independent future lifetimes. They purchase a special, fully discrete 10-year deferred joint and last survival annuity policy. You are given the annuity is payable at the beginning of the year starting at age 65 as long as at least one individual is alive. The benefit is $10,000 per year while both individuals are alive, and is $6,000 per year if only one individual is alive. The premium of per year is paid annually through the deferred period, conditional on both individuals surviving. Mortality follows the illustrative life table. Interest rate is 6%, and calculate P. So notice some interesting things here. First, you should always pay attention to what the interest rate is when you're dealing with the illustrative life table. It is 6%, the same one as in the table, so you can use life annuity and life insurance values from the table. Secondly, the annuity is has a different amount if both of them are alive and different if only one is alive. But it's paid until the second death. Just the amount changes after the first death. But there is a little bit more here because the premium is paid if both individuals are alive. But the survival to receive to the end of the period after which they receive the annuity is the last survivor status. So if at the end of the period only one of them is alive, that person who's alive will get the $6,000 per year. There won't be $10,000 because not both of them are alive, but yes, there will be an annuity. But that also means that the premium payment has stopped already when the first person died. So there's this period of no premium payment during the deferral period, and yet there is an annuity after the deferral period ends, after 10 years. So that makes it a little bit tricky, and you have to be careful about the calculation. And it's not stated clearly in the problem, but by the original intent theory of actuarial exams, you should answer the question examiners intended to ask, and they intended to use the equivalence principle. Another notable thing in this problem is this statement I was trying to tell you already. The annuity is payable at the beginning of the year starting at age 65 as long as at least one individual is alive. That's right, the deferral period is based on the last survivor status, even though the premium is paid while both Tom and Joe are alive, so based on the joint survival. Okay, so if we try to write this last survivor status pure endowment factor, which would give us the deferral, what would it look like? It would be 1.06 to the negative 10 times the probability of the last survivor status surviving 10 years. And that happens if both of them survive, or one dies and the other one survives, or that other one from the previous statement dies and the other one survives. So really two possibilities, because they're both the same age, these are the same probabilities. So we end up with 10E55:55 joint survivor status plus 2 times single survivor status deferral, 10E55 times 10Q55. It refers to one person dies and we going with survival of the other person. So effectively, the annuity paid starting at age 65 is a joint and last survivor annuity policy if both are alive at that time, but it is a single life annuity if one of them has died already. So using the equivalence principle, we write the premium, which is paid as long as both are alive for the first 10 years as an annuity due. Yes, it's annuity due. It doesn't say that in the problem, but it's annuity due because you cannot imagine the situation where the premium is not paid at the beginning of the year. So the person dies and then you go to the family and ask, hey, give me the premium because you didn't pay. That's not going to happen. So the premium is paid at the beginning of the year. And it pays for $10,000 annuity payable while both are alive with the joint survivor status deferral. Then joint survivor status deferral, but annuity payable while only one is alive, but both were alive. With joint survivor status deferral, they were both alive at age 65. So this is $6,000, but after the first death. However, the first death in this case has to occur at age 65 or older. If the first death occurs before age 65, between age 55 and 65, so then the annuity is a single life annuity starting at age 65 and paid with, assuming that one person already died, and only we're looking at the second person. And we have two choices of the first and second person. That's why the two factor. And the deferral, in this case, is for that person who gets the annuity, while there's death for the other person. Okay, so the first two parts can be calculated together. We write this as 10,000 times 10E55 colon 55 times the joint life annuity at age 65 plus 6,000 times the deferral factor of pure endowment times the difference of the last survivor status annuity and joint survivor annuity. And then we can put this, subtracting 6,000 from 10,000, it becomes 4,000 times the joint survivor annuity, 4,000 times that, plus 6,000 times the last survivor status annuity. And then we write the last survivor status annuity as the single life plus single life minus a double dot 65 colon 65 using what you know I call Pooh sticks, based on the game invented by Winnie the Pooh, very popular in China recently, as I hear. So this then becomes well, a double dot 65 plus a double dot 65, that's 2 a double dot 65. And 2 times 6,000 is 12,000. So it's 12,000 times the pure endowment factor for joint life survival times a double dot 65 minus, well, it's going to be minus 6,000 plus 4,000, so minus 2,000. 10E 55 colon 55 times a double dot 65 colon 65. Okay, well, then we factor out the common factor of 2,000 times the pure endowment, and then we have 6 a double dot 65 minus a double dot 65 colon 65. And then this pure endowment factor can be written, because the lives are independent, the probability of survival, 55 colon 55, the joint life status is just probability of survival for 55-year-olds, so 10p55 times 10p55. So this is the same as a product of two pure endowments for 55-year-old, and then because you're dividing by 1.06 to the 10th twice instead of once as before, you have to multiply it back by 1.06 to the 10th. And now we got to the point where we just plug in the numbers from the table, and this comes out to be 43,744.6507. And then we have the calculation for that situation where one of the people did not survive 10 years, and then we have a single life annuity at age 65. And here we have this 10-year probability of dying within the first 10 years. But that's 1 minus the probability of survival, and the probability of survival times 1.06 to the negative 10 is the pure endowment factor. So if we multiply pure endowment factor times 1.06 to the 10th, then we get the probability of survival, and 1 minus that is the probability of dying. And then all of these numbers are in the table, so we just plug them in and we get 7,407.30799. Finally, the annuity factor that is in front of the premium, that was A double dot 55 colon 55 colon and A colon angle 10. Well, that's the same as A double dot 55 colon 55 minus pure endowment 10E 55 colon 55 times A double dot 65 colon 65. And then we do the same trick that we write this pure endowment as a square of pure endowment for a single life times 1.06 to the 10th, and all of the numbers are now in the table. We'll look them up, plug them in, and get the answer. And the premium has to be the sum of the two values of two annuities, the one payable if both are alive after 10 years and the other one payable if only one is alive, divided by the annuity factor for the premium, and that comes out to be 7,166.60, and that's answer B. Please remember this is copyrighted material, and also that problems from actuarial exams belong to the societies that administered them, in this case Society of Actuaries. Good luck in your studies and good luck on the exam.